What's up guys, Bloodshed here bringing you a Diablo 3 patch 2.7.0 PTR patch update video for season 23. I've been getting tons of questions on stream today. Blood, what's going on with Rathma? What's going on with Firebird? About 24 hours ago we had an update. It shows you on the website, you can check this out on Diablo3.com. The annotations are in red. So I'm going to briefly go over the patch notes, but not really. I want to show you in action and really kind of show you how everything is shaping out, turning out on the PTR. I'm mainly going to focus on Rathma, Wizard, and Demon Hunter, as there was no changes to Witch Doctor. So the two-piece went from 1 second cooldown per hit to 0.25 each time they deal damage. So on paper, this significantly nerfs the set, but it's actually not that bad. You do get a lot of cooldown. It does end up coming up quite often still, even with the big nerf there. The sixth piece used to be like 27,000 because you could have 10 mages, 10 revive minions, 7 skeletons, and then you could technically have a golem, but it was around 27,000 set bonus. Now it's 8,500. They also removed the Army of the Dead bonus from the bracers. Basically, this is a Bone Spirit spam build. The Army of the Dead component basically got nerfed. I don't think they intended it to work out that way. It's pretty crazy that it ends up being similar to other builds we have when they made a lot of effort to make it not similar. We recognize that Bones of Rathma plays similarly to other Necro builds. Our goal is to preserve the fantasy while maintaining the diversity among Necro sets. So is this gonna go live as is? I'm not sure. Maybe, maybe not. This really goes against what they've been saying, right? So before I show you video footage, I wanna maybe give you an idea of how to play the set and go through this so you can play along if you wanna play along. So here's the build. I'll just kind of fling through here so you can see everything. In all the footage today, I used 800 Paragon, 100 gem levels, no augments. The only augment we had was this little like vitality augment here, right? Just to get an idea of how strong it is early game. But most people don't even get to 800 Paragon probably, so it's a good metric for me. So this is basically how you play the build, right? You're gonna number lock, devour, and again, it's early PTR, things may change. I might not understand something. This is just my interpretation of the set. You're gonna walk into a GR, you're gonna pop Land of the Dead, pop revive. So now you have your max minions, which is like 17 now. And you're gonna start slamming your command skeleton and bone spirit on the elite, right? I have it set to left and right click so I can just back and forth. And you want to be 5 seconds away if possible because of the defiler leggings. So you would be back here and you would just be spamming like this, right? So you're constantly commanding. You can actually even probably number lock this command skeleton. You want to constantly be using that because we're using the obsidian ring to lower the cooldown of Land of the Dead. And this is what I mean. It's basically a Land of the Dead build spamming Bone Spirit. So as of right now, this is the meta, right? You go into the map, you get max distance, you pop Land of the Dead, or you spam command skeleton to get Land of the Dead, so you can spam Bone Spirit, and there's just a conga line of Bone Spirits flying toward the target, and it does a lot of damage. It is like high 8s here. It's basically, if I had to place it right now, I would say low S tier, high 8s here. It doesn't seem as strong as the Wizard build, which we're gonna showcase next. But man, if this build it hits so damn hard. You can see me trying to line up these bone spirits, right? And I'm even too close there, but we still did enough damage. All right, I got no power pylon, nothing like that. I believe this is a 115 with, you know, the 800 Paragon, 100 gem levels, no augs whatsoever. You are a little squishy sometimes, but with your movement, with having your cooldowns up all the time, it wasn't that big of a deal. I'm not even using red gems here, but this is kind of a good example of how I'm envisioning the build, right? I'm just mopping everything. It's incredible, incredible deeps, man. And you kind of like hunt, like ideally, I think you would hunt density and hunt yellow mobs. And that's kind of toxic too. It's kind of like that Corpse Lance gameplay, right? Where you're going around, you used to have to pop a pylon or whatever, and then you try to kill the elites with your Land of the Dead cooldown. right? It's very similar to like the Corpse Lance or Bone Spear. So I kind of want Army of the Dead back, but yeah, let me know what you guys think about this build here. It's kind of crazy how it all panned out. This is kind of fun though. When you get Channeling Pylon, you shoot even more rapid fire. It's just a crazy, that crazy bone freaking conga line of DPS. But I guess I'm happy to report that the build is good. It is probably S tier right now, low S tier. But it's like, it's kind of like the build nobody asked for, but the build we have. A lot of people are using squirts with the build because, you're staying back, actually not, getting hit. You shouldn't be getting hit, but, there's so many range mobs and everything like that. So this might actually be a 110, not a 115. I can't see because the overlay is blocking everything. But we were even on a 115 at least. This might be the 110 for sure. It'll probably tell us, I'll probably stay throughout the Rift Guardian here so you can see. Yeah, you just get max distance, let it rip, spam away. The skeletons are there just to lower the cooldown. Spam those bones. It hits incredible hard. I mean, we were hitting for like hundreds of freaking trillions earlier. And we got 74. Yeah, sorry, it was the 110 in 10 minutes and 29 seconds. And then you can always check on the PTR and then look at the details of what I was rocking, right? Again, like this is not the final build or a build guide, or I'm not saying this is even the best method. This is just kind of what I've been using based on, talking to chat, trying to get the best thing, just to kind of see, is Rathma even working? And it is working. It's just kind of toxic, right? It's kind of like the same type of play style that we've had. Because of the nature of the build where you have to stand so many yards away from your target, it's kind of hard to get 5 seconds. You have to be 5 seconds away to get your maximum damage. So this is my screen right here. I can see the door, and that's pretty much it, right? But then if you bring up somebody using an ultra wide monitor, they can see damn near around the corner, right? This is a curved ultra wide monitor. Here's a normal ultra wide, so they can even see way past, like even a little teeny bit around the corner. This is just a normal widescreen, I guess. So I'm not saying you need this. I'm just saying like it just opens up so much nonsense having to stay 5 seconds away and all this stuff. I wish they would remove this component because it just opens up a can of worms that I don't even want it. I don't even want this to be a thing where people are changing their video settings and then have this weird scrunch screen, or they buy a monitor to play the build. Like it just, let's move on to Wizard, all right? So Rathma went from Army of the Dead to Bone Spirit. Wizard shifted a little bit from channeling type builds like using Arcane Torrent. Now they're using Spectral Blade. And this build got stronger since the last buff, and it's way more fun to play. And we just crushed also a 115 with it. So both builds are doing really well with low Paragon. I'll do the same thing I did with Necromancer. So if you want to play along, this is the build we're currently using on the PTR for Firebird. And then we'll talk about the mechanics and what changed. They also killed off the Tal Rasha Firebird variant, so that's no more. You don't have to worry about that. I was trying to tell her, okay, we just got disconnected. I was trying to tell everybody that they're gonna remove Tal Rasha Firebird, so don't test it. So they removed it, it's gone. It's only Firebird that you have to focus on, and it's really fun. So the playstyle is similar to last time, where you hold down Disintegrate, but the stacks build crazy fast now. You just have to tap it. You can see how quickly they build, and you're still mashing Explosive Blast, right? So you're just tapping this, and then you just, I guess you don't have to mash it. You can just push it whenever it's on cooldown. The Chaos Nexus rune hits everything and kind of refracts off them. Kind of like the Diablo Immortal spell, actually, that bounces off the crystal. And then you freaking crazy Spectral Blade. I have a lot of attack speed, like everywhere, on the gloves, on the ring, one ring, on the weapon. I kind of try to put it wherever I could just to get maximum freaking effectiveness. So here's kind of what it looks like from my live stream footage. They made it way easier to play. One little swoop and it tags them with the ignite buff. You don't even have to cast that long, and your stacks go up fast. And then you just start Spectral Blading. The only time I hold down Spectral Blade for more than a few seconds, I've been experimenting with different rotations, but is during Fire Cycle, right? I hold it down during the entirety of Fire Cycle. I believe this is a 115 also, with the same things we always talk about, my same low level testing parameters. And you can see this yellow got beat pretty badly, not too bad. And that disintegrate rune, you can also use convergence or entropy. Either rune seemed to work, but this one was kind of nice overall. So one little tag and then boom. I've been experimenting, right? So I was holding down Spectral Blade to like 97 stacks, and then I would tap it to go back up, and then maybe I was bouncing from 97. I tried bouncing from 90. Every stack gives you power, right? So every time you lose a stack, you lose power. But holding it through fire definitely seems worth. I definitely like this play style a lot, and I can get used to it, right? I think because we never use Spectral Blade and we never use this Explosive Blast, so it makes it a little bit more interesting. Basically, we have we don't need Ingeom or Aether Walker. We can teleport at will. Having that, at our disposal, like the mobility is pretty cool as well. And I really like this. I guess I like the playstyle more than using like any kind of channeling spell or switching from one channeling to a dual channeling. It just feels more active and more visceral. You guys know how much I like Frenzy Barb, and this kind of gives me a little bit of that Frenzy Barb vibes that I always wanted, So like, the reason why it's so good is that we're attacking so fast, we're applying ignite stacks to our target. I obviously use Ashnagars in the build, but I could see myself using Chrome Bracers for the knockback, because getting knockback is so frustrating during Fire Cycle. And I definitely want to show you guys a Rift Guardian kill, since I did that with, Necromancer. Show you how Wizard works. You can see me trying different combos here. But it's pretty chill to play. You just literally, and then we have Stricken in the build, which I don't think we even need Stricken, to be honest, with the amount of damage. It might depend on the level, but yeah, you can see the Rift Guardian is pretty cozy. Perdition has really high physical, so my shield does drop here, but that was pretty good. So the new Firebird Spectral Blade, I guess, Explosive Blast Wizard. As far as Demon Hunter goes, it's A tier. It's the God DH you're familiar with. The playstyle is the same. Hungering Arrow with the Cold Rune the Devouring Arrow seems to still be meta. I was getting 1 minute and 20 second T16 GR80s, incredible for bounties. It's pretty much the same thing you know and love. What they did was they went from 2 pierces to 3, like we suggested in the video, and it fixed it. It's basically really strong. They also shift some things around, but it looks like they want to promote other generators as well, but we're just going to use, Hungering Arrow, Devouring Arrow until something changes. That 600% multiplier carrying the quiver is just too damn good. So this is I think a GR100. It's clear with the same parameters we always talk about, low Paragon, low gem levels, everything like that. So God DH is fixed. I think we mentioned it earlier, but no Witch Doctor changes and just little minor things like that. So the PTR is going well. Really happy with Firebird. It's better than it was before. So it went from not my cup of tea to now my cup of tea. Rathma went from something that wasn't my cup of tea, but I did love the speed build. I didn't show it on the last video, but I did love the speed build. I just kind of would port around and drop Army of the Dead. But it also turned into this weird Bone Spirit sniper build that I don't particularly like, but at least it's functional, I guess. I'm really worried that it's going to go live as is, and it is an S tier build, you could say. And I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm probably going to main Wizard if everything was to go live as is right now. Thank you guys for always smashing the likes on the videos, as they help get the video out to more Nephilim out there and support the channel. And hit the bell notification. I'm going to probably start the starter build guides this weekend or Monday at the absolute latest. So look forward to those and more content updates. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Bloodshed, and I'm out of here. Peace.